What's up, YouTube? So, per subscribers' request, today I'm switching it up a little bit. I'm gonna take you through a day of doing Instacart as a side hustle. I told you guys when I was homeless, and even after I found a spot, I was working 2 jobs, but my second job was basically doing the delivery apps. When you do the delivery apps, you're considered an independent contractor, so it's extremely flexible. But so far we got one batch. It took me a little bit over 30 minutes, a little bit over 30 minutes, like 30, 35 minutes. It was a batch from Walmart. It was $25. I think it was $25.93. You can see the order right here. This batch number 1. When I was homeless, I would do this as soon as I get off, and I would go for about 6 or 7 hours. So today I'll just do a few batches, show you the ins and outs, basically just take you through. Batch number 1, it had it's like 20 something items. It took me about 30 minutes. Well, it took me about 20 minutes to do the shopping. You still have to check out, load it in your car, and take it to the destination. Walmart is one of the easiest spots for me because they actually give you the aisle where all the items are at. Sometimes the store switches it up, but for the most part, wherever it says it's at, whatever aisle it says it's on, it's usually on that aisle. Another store that's easy is Stater Brothers. These are California stores. I mean, outside of Walmart is everywhere, but Stater Brothers is an easy store to shop in. And the other one is Ralph's. That's another store I think is only in California. I may be mistaken, but from what I've seen, I'm originally from the East Coast. In Florida, there is no Ralph's. So it's more like Publix, Winn-Dixie. I don't know if Winn-Dixie's still open, but in Florida, it's more like Publix. But you could do this all day. You know, I used to keep food with me, so I would eat in the car. I'm doing it in the SUV today. I don't have the Nissan. I think it's a better angle because I have a lot more space in the SUV. The Nissan is a smaller car. So being that it's just like an example of what I do, I just want to do it with more space, give it a little bit more quality as far as the space goes, me being away from the camera. But yeah, you could do this all day. You could do this 6 hours, 12 hours. I know people that would just pull 16-hour shifts. Stores open at 6, they was up at 5, 5:30, sitting in the parking lot, waiting on orders. And they will go all day. It's very flexible. Unfortunately, you have to apply and you have to be on the waiting list. So for anybody that still wants to do this, you might have to apply, you might have to wait. But do I think it's still lucrative? Do I think it's still profitable? Is it still worth it? It all depends. Like I just did a $25 batch. I got another one right here. Let's see, 26. I'll show you guys. Just accepted it. So we're gonna head to Stater Brothers. Like I said, it's one of the easiest stores. If that picture is not clear, if it's not clear in the video, I'll show you the order once I'm done. Once I'm done with the batch, I'll show you the summary. So I'll get back to you in a bit. Let's go get some money. So I just finished the Stater Brothers order. The batch came out to $26.28. The app gives you a timer. It was about 30 minutes to do the order. Now the good part was, because I know Stater Brothers, like I said, Walmart and Stater Brothers are like my go-to, because not only does the app tell you what aisle the items are on, I've been doing it for a while, so I kind of know the store and I move quickly. So even though the timer was 30 minutes, I think about at like 11 minutes, I was already standing in line getting ready to check out. So I checked out, loaded up the car, and it was 2 orders on one batch. So I took order A, it was about a half mile away, and then order B was about 2 miles going back the other way from the drop off of order A. And right here I'm in the parking lot, I'm looking at the phone, I'm scanning, looking for the new orders. Now, I did Uber Eats and Instacart during COVID. And we had some extreme batches back then. I'm talking like $90, $100, $200, because people wasn't leaving their home. So not only did I have the tow truck driving company back then, which was like second responder, so I kept my job during the COVID time which was very fortunate. I was blessed. But the app, I was already on it. I told you guys, some people was on the waiting list. Some people signed up and they had to wait because it was in high demand because people was losing their job. I was already on the app previous to COVID. And I still have the app now. I don't do it as much, but I make sure I do like a batch every week, every other week, so they don't kick me off. Because sometimes I do the batch just for extra side money, right? It's been a while since I did it. I'm surprised they haven't kicked me off yet. I'm not going to deactivate it. I'm just going to keep it because now I can use it for content. Because now they're calling me to get on the app because nobody does it anymore. Everybody has gotten situated since COVID. But for the people, like I said, for the people that don't have a job or have a job and wants to know, is it lucrative? I say yes, but instead of just telling you guys, I'm trying to show you. But back to what I was saying, back then, a lot of people thought that it was robots taking the orders, because as soon as a big order pop up, like $90, $100, it would be gone within like half a second, you know what I'm saying? But I want to tell you guys, and I want to show you guys that it was not a robot. What is actually happening is someone like me who knew that a lot of people was on the app, or everybody that had the app and that was activated, they was on the app frequently because it was during COVID. Not only were there people that only had this as a source of income, it was people that took advantage because like right now the app is telling me to get on because nobody's on. Back then the app is telling everybody to log on because it's so much opportunity, it's so many orders. But this is what was actually happening. Getting in there. So it's actually me doing this. I'm swiping. So you can see the refresh. You can see it's refreshing. So if you sit there and just look at your phone, you have to wait until the app pops it up on its own. But if you're refreshing, like what I'm doing right now, just keep pulling it down. When you pull the page down, it's refreshing. Being an independent contractor, you're not getting paid hourly. It's like entrepreneur. You're getting paid on opportunity. It's up to you if you're going to make money and how much you're going to make. It's not somebody telling you to clock in at 8 o'clock and you're going by 5. And sometimes even if you don't get your work done, they're going to pay you because you clocked in and you clocked out. That's on the contract. You have to hold yourself accountable. So depending on the store, depending on the location, depending on the distance from the store to the drop-off to the delivery location, you have to make a decision. Now, me personally, the only way I would turn down a batch now and back then is if it's too far or they're asking for 60, 70, 80 plus items and they didn't tip well. Because the batch you select, the app is going to pay you. It's going to pay you depending on the item. They got something called heavy batch pay. So if you got like cases of water, the app itself, Instacart, I think Ship It does it too, Uber Eats, they're going to pay you based on the amount of items that you're doing, that you're picking up, the size of the load that you're dropping off. So if you take into consideration what the app is going to give you, but you see that there is no tip from the actual Instacart user, the person who did the shopping, that will persuade you to go another route. Basically, you can cancel or delete it from your page. The good thing is, when I was doing both apps, Uber Eats and Instacart, you don't have to refresh your screen with Uber Eats. Uber Eats is going to send you. You're going to hear it make noise. It pops up and you just have the opportunity to accept or decline. Instacart, it was literally like every man for himself. It's either you're refreshing it and you grab it or you don't. So it was people like me. It wasn't a robot. It was me and others like me. All we did was just swipe down, just like this. What I'm doing, just like that, swipe down. But we're looking at our phone. As soon as we see something 80, we click on it, accept it. It doesn't matter if it's 80, 100 items, $80. I'm pretty sure Stater Brothers, $80. I can do that within an hour. I can pick the items, scan out, load up the vehicle, and take it to that person within an hour, hour and 15. Now, I don't know who wouldn't want to make $80 an hour or $70 an hour. But me personally, I was doing that all day, no problem. Like I said, we're not getting paid hourly, we're getting paid on opportunity. So for me, it was worth it. Now, enough of my car rant. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to see if we can get some orders, and I'll let you guys know what order I do for my third order and how much I make and where we at on a day. Right now we're at $52.21. I did 2 batches so far. As far as the work time, I've only worked for about 2 hours, maybe like an hour and 30 minutes. But, you know, I do call this work, talking to you guys, giving out content. So let's just say 2 hours. I'm at $52, not much, but like I said, if you supplement this with another source of income, it's extra money. If you're doing this as the main source of income, you really have to go hard, and I would recommend doing 2 apps, at least Instacart and Uber Eats. Something where you go in the shop, drop the food off, drop the groceries off, and something where it gives you opportunity, you select it, you go through the drive-thru, you give them a code, they give it to you, you take it. It all depends on how you want to do it. But for right now, I see you guys on the next order. So this right here is my third batch. They got a Pacifico, Modelo. They got the variety of the White Claws and some cups for the drinks. Go ahead and drop this off. So I just did my third order. It came out to be $21.46. It was a pretty easy trip. It was only about 6 items. It took me about 5 minutes. It was alcohol, so I had to scan the ID. Most of the time when you do alcohol orders, you have to scan their ID. It's pretty cool. The only thing that bothers me sometimes is sometimes they're not there, or they take it forever. You know, they probably in there doing their thing. Who knows? You know, they're in the privacy of their own home. But with alcohol orders, if you don't get an ID, you have to take it back. So most of the time what I do is I communicate with them while I'm in the store to make sure that they're aware of what's going on, so I have a good chance of getting an ID once I get to their home. That's how I do it. Some people just take the risk of doing the order, especially if it's a big order. I'm not supposed to say this on camera, but usually when I do run into the situation where they're not home, I will sometimes knock on the neighbor's door and ask them, are they familiar with their next door neighbor? You know, ask them their name, do they know their name? Or, you know, I might ask them, do they know where they're at? And they might say their name, and I know that they're at least they know something about the neighbor. Then I just tell them the situation, they let me scan the ID, and then I leave it in a safe place. I write it in a message, or I just tell the neighbors to leave it at their home, and I will call them from the number that they put on the app, and I would leave a message, let them know that I dropped their groceries off at their neighbor's house because they wasn't there. Because sometimes these people put in an order, let's say at 8 o'clock in the morning, and say they want to deliver by 2, but Instacart would send the order out at 12. I'm done with it at 12:15. I get there at 12:25, 12:30. They're not home. They want to get home at 1:30, 1:45 to catch us at 2, but Instacart does its own thing. So can't control everything. Like we say, worry about what you can control, let everything else play out how it is. But yeah, done with the third batch. I'm a little over $70. I'll try to hit $100 for you guys today before I get this video done, just to show you how you can make money. Total time of work, 2 hours and 30 minutes so far. That batch only took me about 20 minutes. Really total time of work is 2 hours, but like I say, I add the time that I'm spending doing the video itself. So it is what it is. Hopefully we got one more batch to go. I'll show you guys the end results. We'll talk a little bit. And yeah, to me, Instacart is still valid. I just would recommend using it as a second stream of income, not the main source of income. But back in the day when COVID was around, you definitely could have used it as a full mainstream of income, because nobody was going outside. So we were like the only people allowed out, depending on where you were, outside of first-time responders, police officers, firefighters. We was like everywhere. Instacart shoppers was making good money. But with that being said, we'll go to a parking lot and we'll wait for another order. So we pulling up to Stater Brothers. We got another order, 17 items. the fourth order. One of my favorite stores out of Walmart, besides Walmart, Stater Brothers and Walmart, my top two. So we're going to go in here and see how fast we can do this. I'll be back. All right, so I'm done for the day. I didn't quite get to the goal, which I was just trying to make $100 on the day. I got to 92 bucks on the day. But for what it's worth, if you do that every day for 5 days a week, get close to 100. If not, just get over 90. What happens is every week on Thursday, depending on the state you're in, they do the guaranteed earnings versus the state earnings based on minimum wage. And usually you get a payout. So let's say I make 600 bucks during the week. The following Thursday, they probably are paying me like 125 bucks, 150 bucks, depending on how much driving I did, where I took these orders from, depending on pickup at the store to destination. So look forward to that. I'm pretty sure that's everywhere in the United States. But nonetheless, I got 92 bucks out today. You could do this. I pretty much only worked 4 hours. I took a break. I went and got something to eat, spent time with my kids. You won't see that on the video, but like I said, I was only doing this just to prove that you can do this. Let me know if you want me to keep doing this, because I can, just to show you like how I do it. I'll go more in depth. I got a few little clips here and there while I'm in the store, but for the most part, you just go in, you get in, you get out. Stater Brothers and Walmart, I'm in California. These are the easiest stores for me. I'm pretty sure people have the same, or similar system where they're at. It's pretty simple, pretty easy for them. Costco is everywhere. I do orders from Costco and Sam's. I didn't get any good orders today, but I wasn't in that area also. Sometimes you have to be in that area. But side hustle for 2024, if you do have access to Instacart, Uber Eats, definitely take advantage and use it as a supplementary source of income. It shouldn't be your main source of income right now. I wouldn't say it's popping like that, but I did see people on YouTube use it as main source of income. So they use other apps too, but you guys pick your poison. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to a video that I didn't even think I would do, but per subscriber's request, I figured I would just do it at least 1 or 2 times. But if you guys want me to keep going, I'll keep going. And we'll try to do some big orders and hit like 200 a day. I might even try to crack 300 a day. It's been a long time since I've been able to do that. But I'll give it a go if you guys want to see it. So until next time, do the work. Men, nobody's coming to save us. Let's put in the work. We can save ourselves. I'll see y'all next time.